So you've just come in for your Botox appointment, you have to go back to work, you're going out to dinner, you're meeting friends, and you ask me, can I wear makeup after my Botox injections? Let's talk about it, answer some questions, and demystify some things for you. I am Dr. Lynn Neiman. I'm a board-certified anesthesiologist and aesthetic medicine provider. I have a practice in Northern Virginia called Blossom Medical, and I'm excited to be here with you today to make sure I answer your questions and keep you safe and also make sure that you get great results. Remember, I am a doctor, but I'm not your doctor, so always talk to your provider if you have any specific questions that pertain to you. Let's get into the details. So when you come in for your Botox appointment, depending on where we treat upper face or if we're treating full face, even face, neck, maybe other areas, you are going to have multiple sites where you have injectables placed. And it doesn't matter from provider to provider. We choose different syringes or different needles to make those or to do those injectable treatments for you. And they're very teeny tiny, but I want to show you a picture just so you can have this in your mind's eye. So you might see this little picture above me, which is an electron microscope picture of a needle puncture from an injectable site in the skin. And so you can see in that picture that there's a little well, little hole that's formed in the skin. And I would say the last thing you want to do when you are done with your injectables treatment is to clog that up with any makeup that might track down that pathway into the deeper layers of the skin, potentially causing some problems. It takes almost 1 full hour for those injection sites to heal up and to close up. So they heal really very quickly, but they're not healed up as soon as you walk out of the office. So my best advice to you is to wait about an hour before you decide to place any additional makeup, powder, concealer, anything else over any of your injectable sites. The other thing I want to remind you of, and we've talked about this in other videos, but we'll bring it back in this one that's really important. Whenever you have a Botox injection done or a Botox treatment done, your provider is going to be very specific about where those injection sites are in the muscles and how those injections are going to treat you to get you very beautiful results. The Botox treatment is going to act at the muscle where it's placed, but we also don't want you to move that product around. So we'll give you instructions after you leave the office not to really rub on the areas that we've injected, to keep you from maybe moving that product to an area where we don't want that Botox to actually treat a muscle, or we don't want as much Botox in that area. So if you are going home and applying foundation or applying anything with your fingers and adding pressure to those areas, you may inadvertently move the Botox into an area that was not necessarily a treatment area that your provider wanted. So in order to ensure that you not only get the best, most beautiful procedure overall, by making sure that Botox stays in the place where your provider intended for it to be, and also to keep that skin free of any introduction of bacteria or infection or anything like that in those little puncture sites, it's really important that you're patient with yourself and give it a little bit of time before you reapply some makeup. I would wait at the bare minimum 1 hour, and you can apply 1 to 2 hours. That would be reasonable. But remember, a really light application is going to be best. So maybe just a light application of some powder over those injection sites if you're having a little bit of redness or irritation, but certainly nothing before 1 hour. And that's the way to keep your skin safe and to keep you from having complications down the road. If you have maybe your appointment scheduled, if it's really important for you to be at work with a fresh face of makeup, I would say doing your appointment maybe late in the day or just before a lunch hour when you can give yourself a little bit of time before you have to feel at your best and you're not worried about those injection sites, just schedule accordingly. So I wouldn't do any makeup right away after your treatment for those 2 reasons. 1, we don't want to spread that Botox around, and 2, we just don't want to introduce anything to the skin. That brings up point number 2, that brings up, I guess, the second part of this video that I just wanted to talk with you about. When is the last time you actually cleaned your makeup brushes? There is so much that lives and is just harbored on our makeup brushes. Unless you make it a point on a pretty regular basis, I would say at least once a month, just to be hygienic, to go ahead and make sure that you're cleaning your makeup brushes. If you're not cleaning your makeup brushes, hopefully this is a call to action for you where you will absolutely make a point to yourself, taking care of your skin. You're gonna go ahead and make sure that you have clean brushes. We all have a lot of just normal, natural bacteria. I don't care how clean you are and how much you wipe down your counters or how much bleach you use. Everyone is going to have just a certain amount of bacteria that just presents itself. We have bacteria that live on our skin, and it's good bacteria. It helps us. And so for all of those reasons, just you're going to have some bacteria living on your makeup brushes, and you want to just make it a part of your routine to go ahead and clean those things off. If you're looking for a recommendation, there's lots of different makeup brush cleansers out there. Some of them do contain alcohol, some of them don't contain alcohol. So that might just be something, if you know that you tend to run a little bit dry, I would avoid a product with alcohol. Sigma is a brand that actually makes very beautiful makeup brushes. They're incredibly high quality, and they last a long time. I think they do an amazing job at application, and so if you're a person who's looking for new makeup brushes, that might be a brand that you go to, but they actually make a very beautiful foaming cleanser that you can purchase on Amazon. I'll put the link below if that's something that you feel like you need in your bathroom. But that Sigma foaming makeup brush does a really nice job, and it makes the whole cleaning process really easy. And there are lots of commercially available silicone mats. They're just a couple of inches big, and they'll have some nubs on them, and it really helps you once you have that foaming cleanser on your brush. Just swirl it around. It helps remove some of the makeup so that you know that you're applying your makeup with a fresh, clean brush. So whether or not you have those puncture sites in your skin or just for overall skin health, making it part of your habit to clean those brushes is a really good idea. And then I also just wanted to bring up a couple of products that we have in office. So at the time of your injection, I know that I will, and I'm sure your provider will too, really work with, especially for Botox, very small needles. For filler, again, we're gonna work in the most careful way for you, but occasionally bruising does happen. And if bruising happens for you, there are things that we can do in our office where we can do some laser procedures to help reduce bruising, but there's also actually a makeup, since we're talking about makeup post-procedure, that can help to reduce the appearance of bruising. And what we have here at our office is our Jane Airedale Corrective Colors. And this has a number of different colors in here that will help to correct a bruise as it's going through the healing process, so you don't feel like you need to advertise to anybody that you had bruising done after an injectables treatment. So again, not within the first hour for sure, but maybe down the line if you do need something. And this is great. It even says, like right on the lid when you open this up, that your yellow cancels out reds, your peach cancels out blue, purple, and gray. Your lilac will cancel out yellows for a bruise that's healing, and your beige is for all-purpose, just overall concealing. So this is something that we offer here, and it really does an amazing job at helping to improve any bruising that may occur after an injectables appointment, because no matter how careful your provider is, there is always the possibility that you might have some bruising post-procedure. And then one of the other things I would like to tell you about is our Jane Airedale. This is called HydraPure, and this is a hyaluronic acid-based, almost like a foundation, but a skin luminizer and hydrator. And so this is actually safe to put on your skin post-procedure. So again, maybe not in that first hour after you've had your Botox injections, but for any other laser treatments, if we just want to tamp down any redness or improve the quality of the skin or the color of the skin before you leave the office, this is a safe post-procedure makeup for someone to wear. We can certainly let you know more information about this in office, and I just wanted to let you know that at Blossom Medical, which is in Winchester, Virginia, we absolutely see new patients here for consultations, but if you are not in Northern Virginia, thank you for joining me, first of all, but if you're not here, we also offer virtual consultations nationwide. So if you want to hop on with us and just go over really optimizing your skincare treatments and really getting the most out of the products that you're using, we would 100% be thrilled and honored if you would let us be a part of that skincare journey with you. It's super easy. We'll put the link below to our information so that you can schedule your virtual consultation with us, and we can go over your skincare needs and get you on some amazing transformative products. I am so glad that you joined me today so I can answer those questions for you. I really hope that that helps, and again, helps you get the most out of your treatment. Your treatments are an investment, And so when you make an investment in yourself, in your skin, in your looks, in your emotion about how you feel about yourself, I want you to definitely walk out of either my office or any other office across the country feeling like you made a great choice, but also knowing and being rest assured you are going to have an amazing outcome with your treatment. So remember those tips in terms of applying makeup. Be a little patient with yourself, be a little patient with your procedure, and I hope that you have really beautiful results. Thanks for joining me today. Again, I hope this answered some questions. If you have any other thoughts, please put them in the comments below. We would certainly be happy to try to answer those in the future. And I'm really honored that you joined me today to talk about all things aesthetic medicine. Again, if you're in the Northern Virginia area and you'd like to stop into Blossom Medical, we'd love to see you or talk with you on a virtual consultation. I'm so glad that you are part of this conversation. If you feel like this is important information for you, I'd love it if you would like and subscribe below. And if you have friends who you think might get some benefit from this information, I would appreciate it if you would share with them as well. Thanks so much and have a really beautiful day.